everybody, Miss J here. So today we're going to look at some maths and we're going to do the grid method when multiplying. Okay, so we're going to look at multiplying the 2-digit by a 1-digit number. So the first thing we're going to do is partition our 2-digit number. So 34 is made out of 3 tens, so it's made out of 30, and it's made out of 4 ones. Okay, and now we've got that information, we can add that to our grid. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to help myself by putting my tens and units at the top. Okay, and the operation that we are doing today is we are multiplying, because remember we've got our 4 operations: add, subtract, divide and multiply. So we're going to do some multiplying today, so I'm going to put the multiplication sign there so I can start putting my number into my grid. So I've got my 30 because it's my tens, so I'm going to put that in the tens column, and then I've got my 4 ones or my units that I'm going to put in my unit column. Okay, so I am multiplying today and I am multiplying by 5, so that's going to go here. So what I've got is I've got 5 times 30 and 5 times 4. So I am going to use some facts that I already know. That's what we love to do in class. Maths is great because it's all about linking what you already know. So if I use a fact that I already know for this, I already know that 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. So 5 times 30, okay, when I'm thinking about what has happened, how have I got from 3 to 30? Okay, I've timesed it by 10. So that means my answer is going to have to be 10 times bigger. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 30 is going to be 150. Now, I've put a little mark there because I really need you to think about this, because a lot of people, when we've done this in class at the beginning, they said, oh, you just add a 0 on the end. And that is absolutely not what we are doing. We are not adding a 0 on. Because if we took 15, if you did 15, add 0, it would just be 15. Okay, so we are not just adding a 0, we are making our number 10 times bigger. So our answer needs to be 10 times bigger. That is so important, everybody. Okay, so once I've got my answer, I can put my 150 in my grid, and now I just have to times my units, my ones together. So I've got 5 times 4. Okay, we know that is 20. All right, so now what we're going to do, we need to find the total. Okay, so we are going to add 150 to 20. Now, there's lots of different ways that you could add this together, whichever one you're comfortable with. You could use your column method, things like that. I'm simply going to do my counting on method because it's an easy way, because there's just multiples of 10 that we're counting. So it's much easier to count on. It's a quicker way. Remember, we're always thinking about the calculation methods that are the quickest to help us solve a problem. So I'm going to count on with my biggest number: 150, 160, 170. So the answer for 34 times 5 would be 170. Okay, so we've done that there. What I've got for you is a quick little one to have a go yourself. So here's the question here: 47 times 3. What I'd like you to do is to pause the video right now, have a little go at working it out using our grid method. When you think you've done it, just press play and you can find out what the answer was using the correct calculation method. Okay? Brilliant, everybody. So let's have a little look to see how you should have solved this problem. So the first step, we talked about partitioning. So our 2-digit number, 47, is made out of 4 tens, which is 40, and 7 ones, which is 7. Let's make our grid. Okay. Remember, if you want to help yourself, put your tens and your units in. And remember the operation that we are using today, we are going to multiply. Now I'm going to start putting the right information in. So I've got my tens here, so I've got my 40, and then I've got my units, my ones, I've got my 7, and I'm multiplying by 3 today. Okay, so brilliant. This is when we're going to have to think. I hope we've all had a good think about this. What fact do you already know? I'm sure you're probably shouting at the computer telling me, what fact do you already know about this? Well, we already know that 3 times 4 is 12. I'm thinking about what we said, okay, about making your number 10 times bigger. What have you done to get to 40? You've times it by 10, therefore we need to times our 12 by 10. Okay, so it's going to be 10 times bigger, so it's going to be 120. Okay, so 3 times 40 is going to be 120, so I'm going to put that in the 10th column there. And now I've got my 3 times 7, which we know is 21. Okay, and a lot of people, I know when we were doing our column method, we're putting the digits in the wrong column, especially when a 0 was involved. So remember, even when you're adding 0, it is a place value. It has a place value. It tells you that there is no units, there are no tens, there are no hundreds. So it's really important. So if you would like to use your column method to add, that's absolutely fine, because again, you are practicing all of those skills of place value. So I've got my 120, hundreds, tens, units, and I've also got my 21. So in my units, I've got 0, add 1. Don't forget, when we're counting again, we haven't just got 2, add 2. These are 2 tens. So we've got 20, add 20 is 40. Okay, so I've got 2 tens, add another 2 tens, so I've got 4 tens. So I've got 40, and then I've got 100. So I've got 141, and I'm not going to forget to put that next to my equal sign. So 47 times 3 is 141. Okay, so don't forget, everybody, in maths it's fantastic because you get to use and link all your facts and all your skills from all around maths. So we've not just got our partitioning here, we're then using place value when we're doing our addition. We're using our addition skills. We're also going back and using our facts that we already know, so previous learning, things that you did with Mrs. Gahoon, things that you did with me at the beginning of the year, everything, number bonds, everything always is needed in maths, links all the time. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye. Toodaloo.